Hello everyone, Andy here, welcome back, and especially welcome back if you have kept with me this long, and now we're on part 4 of this editing tutorial. I've had a little bit of ups and downs with it, but I know it has helped a few of you, so I am very, very glad of that fact, which is why I'm still continuing with this tutorial. So hopefully this is going to be the final stage of the editing process. I'm going to do kind of the colour corrections, any sort of filters, maybe some letterbox, maybe a bit of vignette, these kind of things that I've done in previous videos. I'm going to look at doing them. And then after that, I might do a separate Photoshop tutorial showing you how I create my thumbnails as a sort of little bonus extra just before we finish the video to be uploaded onto my YouTube channel. If you are new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe and click the little bell icon to keep up to date with future videos, and in that way also you're going to get to see the thumbnail when I upload that video. I hope you like this lighting in this video. I've sort of invested a little bit. If you look back at my other tutorials, the video quality on looking at me in the thumbnail was pretty rubbish. But if you look now, I've got like the nice kind of lamp on there in the background, and I've got a sort of nice LED lamp going on here. This is something that I'm going to progress and get more and more better at, I feel. I'm going to look at doing this kind of, I suppose, studio office that we have in the house up a little bit. And hopefully make it really cool, and we're going to be investing in a better camera as well very soon, so I'm really excited about that. Hopefully this gives my channel a boost in its like visual quality, its audio, and just as a whole for the channel. It's going to have a whole new feel, feeling a little bit more energetic about my channel now and going forward. Sorry I've blabbed on, but I just wanted to mention that for people who are subscribed to me and view these videos. Right, let's just get into the video. I'm going to make myself smaller this time because I forgot to do that last time. Okay, so now I'm smaller, and before we do, don't mind if you pause the video, get yourself a brew or a juice, whatever you fancy, maybe an alcoholic beverage, but I've just got a tea. Okay, right, now as I've mentioned in earlier videos, the problem I had with some of these scenes was it was done H.264 and H.265, so these were done in the 10-bit colour range, so I've got a lot more editing to do, whereas shots like this actually look like they don't really need an awful lot doing. Right, so first off what I want to do is I want to try and match a lot of this footage to kind of these scenes, which already are quite nice, but I think what I might do is just do a little bit more just to get them up to where I want them. And just make sure I do my usual. So what I do is go to my exposure. I'm just going to get it towards the end of the scene because I don't want that to be overly exposed. I'm going to drop the mid-tones. Just going to make sure my screen is at its brightest. There we go. I'm going to drop the mid-tones a little bit. Now I know this will slightly overexpose the sun, but it's not the main feature of this bit. Now I can do a colour correction mask just down here, but I'm not really going to do that. So I've just upped it a little bit just to make it a little bit brighter, and I've reduced the mid-tones down, which actually, is kind of alright as it is. That's all natural lighting. I haven't done any colour correction to that whatsoever, and I might not really need to. That would be quite nice and a bit of a first for me. Okay, so let's see then. Each of these scenes are the same. I'm going to just zoom in. So I'm going to go up to the top one. I'm going to adjust that, so I'm going to reduce the midtones, and I can increase the highlights quite a lot in this one. And I'm not going to adjust any colour at the moment, I'm just going to do this. But I am going to look at, I'm not sure how it's going to look, depends, do I keep it natural? One thing I have been looking at more and more recently is the teal and orange, which I have used a couple of times now, and it's come with a pretty cool result. But let's just see. And now I know that looks drastic, but I'm sure we can adjust this. So the amount, right, I don't want too much. Now I don't know if it is going to work quite well. Protect highlights. I just don't think it is. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go to my old school way of doing things, which with the colours, I'm going to increase the highlights a little bit, but if I go too much, it looks purple. if I come over, you get more of a nice blue, and then I'm just going to drop that down a little bit. And then I'm going to drop the midtones to add a sort of warmer tone. If I go really far down, see how it's nice and orange, then it goes red, then it goes yellow. I want those kind of orange tones. Let me just edit that. So, sort of somewhere there, possibly. I might just up those highlights a little bit more. So let me just see what that looks like before and after. You can see the difference. I think I can actually increase the highlights a bit more, the exposure, make it a bit brighter, reduce the midtones, maybe increase a bit more. So quite like that. Another thing I might do. Now the reason I'm just focusing on one shot is because I'm going to copy paste that over to the others. Now I have used vignettes in the past to see what that looks like. It does quite a dramatic look. I don't want it to be that much, so I do like a little bit of blur because you keep your eyes focused in on that center point. So size, sorry, I need to reduce the size because I only want it on the edges. Fall off, yeah, quite close to the edge. Let's see the difference again. So much better. Look at the difference. It looks, now when you look at it, I thought that looked quite good. But look at the difference. I mean, you've got the kind of nice warm orange tones coming in. It is a sunset, and in these highlights in the lighter areas, you've got this kind of nice crisp blue, which is a little bit like having your orange and teal. It's the manual way of doing it, and actually sometimes it can produce a really nice effect. Now I know you can get LUTs, but that's something I'm going to be looking at more into going forward. But at the moment, you know, that's quite a nice starting point. Yeah, I'm quite liking it. I know I don't want to over edit the footage. So let me just, I think I'm going to copy that. So what you do is you go to edit, copy, select these other scenes, and go to edit. Now what I do is don't just go paste effects straight away, go to paste attributes, because then you can manually pick what you want. So I don't want to mess around with any keyframes, I don't want to mess around with timing, just want the color correction and the vignette. So that's going to have to render, but now it means each scene should look the same. So I'll just let that render. Okay. So they're done. Now what I might do is I might copy that, edit, even paste that into this scene. Actually, did I do, which scene did I just do before? Was it that one? I think that needs, what? I think that does need to go brighter. You know, I'm actually wondering. I'm going to delete that and I'm going to edit and I'm going to paste in the one I've just used. That's actually not that bad. It is a little bit overexposed, but the majority of that scene is on this, and I think if you look at the sky, it's got a nice blue, slight hint of purple, but not too much, and the bottom is got a nice orange tone, so let's untick. Yeah, and I like the vignette. I think it just adds a little something. Now I might do a letterbox on this, and that creates a really nice cinematic finish. So you won't see quite so much of that. But what a difference! What a difference that makes. See, I don't think you need a lot of LUTs sometimes. Yes, it's quick and easy to do, but personally I do like to do everything manually. Okay, so then we've got this scene, which, how did it start? Started there and going in close. Let's edit and paste attributes again. Maintain, we don't want to retime. Paste. Again, I can already see that looks so much better. So much better. All I might do is increase the highlights a little bit. Just make it look a little bit brighter. Okay. And we've got this scene. Paste attributes again. Maintain and retiming. Now, while I've been doing these tutorials, you know what I'd really like to see is, if you have taken on board any of this editing, is to paste a link to the video you have used any of the hints and tips that I've been doing. Excuse me. And and you know, show me. I'd like to see them. I really would. It doesn't even have to be drone videos, especially drone videos, because that's what I'm interested in. But it doesn't have to be. I think on this shot we can. Now why? I need to delete that. Oh no! What's it done? Ah yes. I think we can drop the midtones a little bit more, make it a bit more dark and dramatic, and increase the exposure a little bit. Yeah, quite like this. And actually, see if I drop just a little bit, just the shadows a tiny bit. Okay. Now this is where it's going to get harder, because I've got to get this to look as good as these, and I'm not sure how well this is going to go, but let's see. Just what I'm going to do so is to edit, paste attributes, maintain, get rid of the timing, just the vignette and the color mask. So what I can see already is actually that blue, I don't like that sky. There. Exposure. Increase that a bit. Drop the shadows just a little bit, because I do like that kind of higher contrast. Midtones are going to drop again. Highlights a little bit more. Now I'm just there in that top corner, just lost a little bit of the cloud, but that's okay. It's a slight. Now something I'm going to look at as well is ND filters for the Mavic 2 Pro, to hopefully compensate for the fact that I've got these really bright skies, and even when I've got bright, like, you know, anything bright in a scene, you know, reflection of water, etc. On my old Phantom I had a CPL lens and that helped massively, so I'm going to have to invest into something like that. I might actually boost the saturation a little bit. Okay, not that much, just a bit there. So let's see now, if I look at that, I think they're fairly similar looking. Got a similar sort of brightness. I mean, I could do a little bit more brightness down here, I might do. But as a whole, let me edit, copy that. And then I'm going to copy it over to these shots. Definitely can copy it to this one because this is very similar. Paste attributes, maintain, get rid of that retiming. Oh, look at those colours. That is pretty nice, that. Got these nice kind of warm reds going into these kind of nice blue, little bit of lilac. And the ground is nice and green with a bit of orange to it. But what I'm going to do, I think, is... Ooh, no, not that much. Maybe just the midtones a little bit. Yeah. Drop the midtones a bit more. I think I am going to have to do a little bit of work on the middle bit there because I don't want to overexpose that sky. See, I think the sky looks nice there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a second colour correction to this, but I'm going to do it as add a shape mask. So drop this down. Do this kind of sort of fall off area is going to be quite bigger. I'll keep it round. Just make it pretty large. Just see how much. I don't want it to go too much into the sky. And no, it shouldn't do. I'll just drop it a little bit more into the right because that's where the sun is coming from. So colour correction exposure. So now it's brighten this a little bit, but also I want to drop the shadows just a tiny bit for a bit more contrast. And maybe just boost the saturate. No, actually, I think something like that is about right. Yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna still film in that setting, H.264, because it is better than these shots, unfortunately. Okay, so edit. I'm just go to paste effects again. So at least I'm keeping a very whoa, now this is the problem. So I'm going to need my second color correction. So this one, exposure, is going to have to come right down, which kind of sucks. Something like that. So I want the saturation a little bit more. Just boosting these colors. So actually, unfortunately, I can blame the tools with this video because I'm not happy with this H.265 at the moment with the Mavic 2 Pro. I've got to say, actually keeping it in normal, but adjusting things like the contrast and sharpness is miles better, and that is what I'm going to continue with. Maybe that's something I can mention in like a future review. I mean, that sun looks way too bright, but all I can do is drop it, but then it looks like it's losing it from here. Difficult and annoying. That sky just doesn't have enough. Whoa, way too much. Something around there. I mean, what I might do. That's better. This has brought out the colour in the sun. Yeah, and the mid-tones a little bit. Such a shame. That exposure on that sun. Jeez. So what I might do is I'm going to do another colour mask. Shape mask even. Down here. I'm going to feather that out quite a lot. And then drop this really far down. So what I want to do is I want to up the exposure a bit. Let's just go back a little bit. Okay, so you can see more detail down here now. That's better. Let me just see as a whole. Whoa, look at the difference. I mean, someone might say it's a little bit too over edited. Oh, I don't know. I quite like that. I like, especially for a sunset, it's about drama. So having that high contrast, I think, is a bit of a must. Okay. I like, it's very nice sky in that shot. Very nice sky. Okay, so we need to do these. I'm going to do one about the midpoint, and then I'm going to copy that to the rest, because I want them to all look the same. So, here. Edit. Paste attributes. As I mentioned, I hope the lighting is a little bit better tonight compared to what I've done in the past. I've tried to invest a little bit more in making this better. I've done a bit of research, a bit of trial and error. Not fully yet. I'm going to look at doing this thing properly, and I'm going to do a separate video on that and make a bit more of a big deal on it. But I do think hopefully it does look a bit better anyway. Okay, so maintain, paste, right. Whoa, again, not good. So let's see, the exposure is way too much. Okay, about there is okay, but I'm going to have to sort this bit out at the bottom. So saturation, I want the highlights to be boosted. See, if I went down, nothing in the sky. If I go up, there's a lovely colour there, really nice colour. I think I might drop. I want that orange tinge to come through. So drop the midtones a little bit. Yeah, okay, about there. But then what I might do is do what I've done in the other ones, and I'm going to do a shape mask, just because the foreground is very, very dark. Because I've had to drop the midtones quite a lot to keep the detail. But this is going to have to be, again, very shallow, because I don't want it to be too much. So I'm just going to do the exposure a little bit. Something like that might be enough, just so I can sort of see what's going on. Let's just go before and after. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I've not lost, if you look here, I haven't actually lost anything. If anything, it's made the clouds stand out a lot more. The thing is, when it's filmed, when it's actually taken this footage, it looks like I'm over editing it. But in reality, my eyes, I saw that sunset and it was a gorgeous bright orange and pinky purples. It really was. So when you change to that, I'd say this represents a lot more of what I saw. And when you did look, you know, when you're focusing more on the sunset, this foreground is very dark. So I quite like the kind of silhouette finish, but I want to be able to see, you know, some of that detail. So I'm happy with that now. So I'm going to go to edit, copy, and we're going to select all these scenes, then hold command and click that to deselect that scene. Go to edit and paste attributes. Yep, we want both color correction and vignettes. Get rid of the timing and keep the keyframe timing. Paste that. Okay, I think we're working through this quite quickly. Okay, so we've got the first opening scene. That scene, these have all been done. They're rendering out. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. I think that could go maybe a little bit brighter. Only a little bit, because it was getting a little dark. That'll do. Yeah, I like all that. Now I know I did that scene. I think I might do a slight with another color correction at the bottom. I didn't think I would, but I am. Has it gone? For some unknown reason. Oh, there we go. Just the Mac being slow. I probably should let it render. Actually, it's really trying to render a lot of these scenes. Add shape mask. I'm actually going to keep it so it's fairly focused on me. I know I've got the vignette. It's too much. But more just this bottom half. Exposure just a bit. That's it. Yep, like. Moving on. Okay, so we've got a similar scene to this one. So I'm going to copy that over and edit, paste attributes, maintain. I can hear the fans on the Mac are just going like, I just hope it doesn't turn itself off. Maintain, retiming, untick that, and paste. If you're new to my channel as well, I'm just going to blurt it out there. You know, feel free to subscribe, share this. You know, give me a like if it has been of use to you, and you are watching this and using this. Then please give me a thumbs up. Comment below, as always. Really appreciate it. And something I've learned. Now, I didn't do it in this video, but when I've been talking to some people, which actually brings me on to, if you can go to my YouTube channel, click on the community tab and do my questionnaire. I want to see how many people vote for certain things, and I'm going to go forward sort of with that, with the channel. At the moment, it's looking at very much the drone with its features and video editing. So kind of not really, I can incorporate, say, GoPro time lapses and stuff into the videos, and the vlogging B-roll, but I'm not going to do purposeful, just a short little time lapse on a GoPro, because you're not really interested in it, so there's no point in me wasting my time on uploading video content like that. So I'm really looking forward to how I'm going to proceed with the channel. You know, I've got some good ideas for it. As I've mentioned, is going back to B-roll. I've done a bit more of that last year, which seems to go down well. And hopefully everyone stays with me, and you know, I get more followers from it. You know, showing how I'm I'm very passionate with my channel, and I want it to grow and progress into something a bit bigger than it currently is. And I really appreciate people that, you know, do still and have followed me from very early on with this channel and myself. And one of the things that I'm going to do as I get my new camera, new lighting, is I think I'll do a little bit of a video where you're going to learn more about myself, and you can sort of feature in a way, like if you comment, you can add to the video. I want to know something about you as well. You know, so feel free to, you know, both ask me questions, but also tell me a little bit about yourself as well. But anyway, that's for another video. Right, I've been talking as well, using productive time, because I've been letting it render, which it is nearly done. Yes, done. Okay, that scene looks good to me. Okay, let's copy that. Copy. I think, is this all the same thing? Yes, it was. It jumped, didn't it? Yeah. Okay, so I'd say that final scene. Paste attributes, color correction, vignette, time, maintain. Ooh, that looks nice. Ooh, that looks good. A little bit overexposed at the top there. Let's reduce that. Reduce that down. Which then means, do I add a slight color correction? Or do I keep it dark? Let's see what that looks like first. So let's edit, copy. I did that one. So it's these three. Paste attributes, maintain, untick retiming. Ooh, look at that little sun flare coming in. It's really making the footage pop now. I'm liking this much more, as I've mentioned in my previous ones. I know my views have been going down on these tutorials, which is a shame, But obviously there are still some of you who are subscribed to me who, you know, who are watching these, and I really do hope they help, because that's the reason why I'm doing this, is to sort of show everyone live, you know, how I edit, what I do, and you know, you might take something from it, you might not. I mean, I've had criticism as well, but that's fine. I want that feedback. I want that, you know, like communication between me and you guys. That's all. That's one of the big parts of having the YouTube channel, is I can grow and you can grow together. Yeah, I'm liking that. I quite like that high contrast, because at the end of the day, this is now getting to a sunset sort of phase. Okay, that shot. Let's find a similar one. Let's go back. There was one, I think, where the sun was in shot. It might well be something like that early one. That is high up. I'm going to copy this one over. Copy. It might be too much, but let's see. Edit. Maintain. Whoa, yeah, I knew it would be. Now, I might have to use that one at the bottom. Bring the exposure right down. I want to see those clouds. Yeah, that's probably okay. Saturation, let's boost. Yeah, like that. Let's boost those highlights. Exposure. It is going down the sun now, so in a way, under. No, let's just do the midtones. What would happen if I did them? It's quite nice. Just a little bit brighter. No, I quite like that. Let's stick with that. Now for this shot, what do we want? We want something like this. Edit, copy, edit, paste attributes, retiming, maintain, paste. Okay, we can see that is too bright, but that is fine. So we're not using that one. So we're going to bring that exposure down just enough about there. So saturation on those highlights, let's boost them. So it's bringing in the, what is actually there, which is the nice kind of pinky colours going into the purpley blue, what's left of that sky. And that's actually, let's say that's all right. Just bring it down a tiny bit. Feel like I would like to see those rocks a little bit more, so let's add in a shape mask. I want it to fill here. Drop that down. Yeah, we want all this to about there. Exposure. That's it, just brighten it a little bit. Reduce the midtones. So let's just see what that's like. Yeah, that just helps it pop a little bit more. Like it. And that follows into that next scene. Wow, what a difference. So edit, copy. Now one thing is I might have to adjust the vignettes after this, but because they won't be in the top corners, because my letterbox effect might cut some of it off. So copying. We did just copy that, but I'll do it again just to make sure. Copy, edit, paste. Let's do both. Yep. Maintain onto retiming. So that's done. Okay, we had a shot I think we take this one. Edit, copy. So let's do the last shot. No, actually, I'm going to do, yeah, the last shot. Edit, paste attributes. Maintain. Take that. So we don't have one at the bottom, but we do need to reduce that exposure down a bit. Not the colour, the saturation. Yeah, that's really nice. And then, oh, let's just, I don't know actually. Now it's getting to the sunset phase. I'm not actually going to look at doing another colour mask here because it is now really at its lowest point. So the exposure, I think we can drop the midtones because we want this to have. This was, you know, once I'd say maybe half an hour after I've taken this footage, it was so dark. It doesn't quite come across in here, but once the sun had gone, it was pitch black up here. So I quite like that. I'll keep that as it is. Let's edit, copy that, and we want it to be both those shots. Edit, paste attributes, maintain, retiming. Yeah, that's quite cool. I like that. It's quite moody. Okay, just going to let that finish rendering. And it's done. So let's edit. Let's paste in those effects again. Retiming. Oh, that looks good. That sky is gorgeous. We don't even actually have another one there. But we don't, I don't think I need to do anything with that shot. Oh, I do like that. I might just ever so slightly lighten this. Because one thing I've noticed is when you upload this to YouTube, it can actually make a bit of a pig's dinner of your footage. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, but when you do this, it can affect it. So I'm just going to brighten that a little bit and drop the midtones. I know it's not done much, but I wanted to do it. Okay, so we have this long swooping shot here. So let's edit, paste attributes, maintain, and retiming. Paste. So for this one, I think we can up the exposure. Not too much, because it was dark, and I want to keep it, you know, pretty realistic. So I think something like that'll do. That will do. Okay, so I think this is where I'm going to want to copy this one. Just want to look at that vignette. Okay. That was fine. Let's edit, copy that. Paste effects. Maintain, retiming, and paste. Oh, that is nice. I am liking that. Okay, it is just there. Just line it a little bit. Just that, that'll do. Edit, copy, edit, paste attributes. Retiming, maintain, paste. Oh, that is gorgeous. Those colours are beautiful. I don't know if you can see this, but there is a bit of like, call them like, oh no, it's not God's rays, that's from the clouds, but I love those colours. Look at that, the bright, nearly white yellow. It's very quickly into orange and red, and then the pink, and then this kind of lilac into the bluey. Ah, gorgeous. And then I already did a little tweak with that. So there's only one thing left to do. I'm just going to let that render. And then what I like to do, I've done it in the past, and it makes such a difference, is adding the letterbox effect now, because it gives it that kind of cinematic look, because obviously a lot of movies, it's widescreen. The only video I didn't do it on recently was my fog video in New Mills. I'm not really sure why. I just made the conscious decision to add the letterbox, but only the tiny bit, not the kind of standard like movie look really with the thick black borders. But I do think a video like this, it will give that. Do I do it? Do I not? I'm thinking I'm going to add it. But then, before it goes live, this video, I guess, could go live this weekend, because this is now Friday night, and I'm going to upload this one straight away. Bit of Friday night viewing for you guys. I want you to let me know in the comments below, should I go for the very, very thin letterbox, or should I go for the thick cinematic look? I'm going to go for the cinematic one, but then before I upload it on Sunday, maybe Sunday afternoon or evening, we can choose that. So you could influence the way the video, the outcome of the video. Okay, right, it's finished doing that. So let's get the letterbox. Okay, so let's just take this scene, for example. If we drag the letterbox in, we just have this two very thin bands. But what I'm looking to do is to do, it's this one, the 2:35:1. This is the very, very cinematic. So I'm going to go for it, because I do normally do it. It's my look. It's the kind of look of my channel with a lot of my drone videos. I'd say 90-odd%. I've done a lot of drone videos, but a lot of them, at least 9 out of 10, if not more, do have this. So let's just edit. Oh no, let's keep that back in. So we're going to just edit, copy, because I'll find this a lot quicker. Now, I'm not going to do it on this. I'm going to leave that because it's a little bit different. But I'm going to select all these other scenes. Which was the one I did it on that one? So I'm just going along, holding command, and I'm clicking each clip. If you know a little shortcut for this, let me know. I suppose I could drag, but I like to just make sure I do get each scene. Sometimes I just like to do things more manual. Go along, click, click, click. No! Right, we're doing it. Let's just do it. Hold shift. I told you I'd let you watch everything I do. I'm going to make mistakes. Okay. Oh, no, I don't need that one, do I? So edit. Paste attributes. Don't need any of them, just the letterbox, untick retiming, and make sure you maintain your keyframes. Paste. Right, let's let that render, and while it is, I will have a little chat to myself, but I'm actually talking to you. And then we can view the video, and I'll just check that everything seems to be okay and in working order. Alright everyone, so what I've done is I've just made myself bigger. I'd started to talk and talk, but then I thought to myself, I'm only a little thumbnail in the bottom corner, and you're looking at me maybe on a mobile, and I'm going to be tiny, so I've just made it bigger for that reason. But basically what I was just saying, I'm going to sort of say what I was just saying, which is strange because you've not seen it, but I was basically saying hopefully this has helped. You know, a few of you had some nice private emails, which I really, really, really appreciate, because you know, it means I'm not wasting my time and I'm not wasting your time. And you know, if you are subscribed and you got those notifications, the bell icon ticked, and you see this and you're like, oh, I don't want to watch that, but some of you do. So you know, I really appreciate that and staying with me for it. And there's going to be probably more and better things hopefully to come with the channel. I have done that poll, which if you've not already done, please go over to my YouTube channel, ADMR 1985. Not sure why I've just said that, because you should know that. But go to the community tab, and if you go on there, you'll see my latest post. It's asking what you would like to see more, because I, you know, want to make sure I'm making the best content I can. And ones that both I enjoy and you enjoy, and in all honesty I think these are the sort of things I enjoy most, which is drones and editing, but also maybe a bit more B-roll and a little bit more about myself, and also learning about you, because by me introducing more of me, of B-roll, me talking, maybe, you know, mixing it up a little bit, using the GoPro, and I'm going to look at investing in a brand new camera, which me and my wife are going to look at spending our money on that, which isn't cheap, but it shows I'm serious in that I want to progress a lot more with this channel this year. You know, I want to get more supporters. I'd like to get more views, more comments. I want more interaction. Hopefully you can learn more about me. You know, feel free to put comments in any of my videos asking me a question. I really don't mind. And that's something I think I might do. I might do a video close to when I'm hitting 2,000 subscribers and do that as a special where I can sort of say things about myself that maybe you wouldn't know, and at the same time, you know, I'd like you to interact more with me. You know, you can add comments and say a little bit about yourself. You know, please introduce yourself. This is what I want to kind of grow a community. I have a lot of people who have been with me from the start, which you'll know who you are. Sometimes I know you might not comment, but I know you watch them. But please comment. You know, it's great for me to still know you're there and watching my content. It's very important to me, really. I'm not a big YouTuber, and I get to reply back to you. I don't think I'll ever get big, and in a weird way I hope I never get that big, that I'm inundated with that many comments that I can't reply back to you, because I think it feels quite rude. I get that if you're getting thousands of comments a day, you're not going to be able to. I don't think my channel will ever get to that, so I don't think there's any worry of that. But don't get me wrong, I would love to have multiple thousands of subscribers, of followers and supporters who, you know, are liking and commenting on my content, and enjoying it as well. And I think with me investing in the new lighting, the new setup, I'm going to set this up a little bit better, that you know, it comes across that I'm not messing around. You know, I want to improve and I want to get better at this. So any input is fantastic as well. Right, this is near to the end of rendering. As I was saying, what I want to do is I want to let this finish render, and we're going to watch it from start to finish. Hopefully if the Mac doesn't burn out, because I can hear it, the fan's going a little bit now and again with it trying to render it all, but I can see it is nearly finished, which is fantastic. Sorry if I've blabbed on a little bit, but I think it's quite important for me to sort of say that. That's if anyone is watching. If you have watched and listened to this, comment below. You know, comment below. Let me know if you did listen to all of that, what I just said, if it makes sense, and if you like what you heard as well. So yeah, let's skip to the end of it rendering. Okie dokie. Right, let's zoom out, go back to the start, and press play. Now I know you are getting to watch this kind of, and then you might watch the actual video, but I know it's only small, so I better shut up. Ooh, that didn't look like it transitioned right, unless it was just, see. No, it did. Now, something to point out is, see how it did this? When it zoomed in and out, it also did the letterbox. So what I'll have to do with that is I need to remove the letterbox from that and from that. Select all three, right click, make a new compound clip. OK it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to apply the letterbox now to that scene. 235. Right, it's got to re-render, so just give that a second. Okay, so if you watch it again, the letterbox effect shouldn't transition. Shouldn't. There you go. Didn't zoom in and out. So that's how I get over that. Can't beat a looking down shot. It looks really cool. I like the texture it gives. I've just thought of something I want to do here. Okay, so what I want to do is, because of the letterbox effect, I'm losing some of that shot. So what we can do, mouse cable is in the way, get to the end of it, and we're going to offset. Come on. Oh, I haven't got it selected. Okay, so letterbox, we want to offset that the other way. So we're going to do it so I'm right at the bottom. And looking at that, I think that is too exposed. So let's reduce that exposure down a bit. But what I wanted to do, okay, so we've got the offset there. We're going to add the keyframe. Then go back to the start. I know you can't see it, so it's a little bit of guesswork, but we want that to be probably quite low, so I'm looking down at me. Now, if we let that render, I'll skip forward to the rendering so it's done. Okay, so that is done, so let's go back and watch that. You can actually see the offset working. We might do it on that one as well. So let's start. Oh, other way. Around there. Oh, make sure you click the little plus icon. And then we want to reveal that sky. There we go. So as you can see, as it goes up. Okay, now let's go back. Let that render. Okay, watch that back. Yeah, I like that. So it's down, and then I know it's a little bit slow, but then you can see how it's revealing the hills. Yeah, it's much better. Wait, Oh no, it did jump forward. It just looked a bit weird. Looked a bit weird. Okay, so that's one of those things again where I need to remove the letterbox, remove that letterbox, highlight them all, new compound clip, drag the letterbox in, and increase that to the 235. But you know what I'm thinking of actually doing, which one was the one I've just done? 14. So what I'm going to actually do here is, because the sun is lower and it's higher here, I'm going to drop this down. I'm going to drop the whole scene down a bit, because I want it to be in a similar sort of place. So then the vignette needs to, let's just see where that is. No, it still needs to be a bit lower. Okay, that's better, but we can go even lower. And so the vignette wants to move with the shot. Let's go back up there. Now if we go back to our actual edit, we're gonna have to let that render. Okay, let's watch that last scene again. Much better. You know what I might just do after it hits that beat? I think I'm actually gonna hold shift and B, and I'm gonna actually slow that down a little bit, 50%. I want it to sort of draw out a little bit. Let me just see if that works. And then that is a wrap. So I really appreciate everyone who has stayed with me on this, and I hope you have enjoyed it. Okay, let's play the last bit again. Okay, maybe it didn't need that. Yeah, I say don't do that. It just made it look a bit juddery. If anyone really wants to see it, they can just go back and pause it. Or what I could do, what you can do, is have it there and go hold, and we could just hold it. We want that last frame really, and hold. Yeah, I'll do that instead. So it just means you have that little, last little tiny bit, couple of seconds, just to take it in, that whole kind of small world look. I know what I'm going to do. Just because it did look a little bit strange. So I'll just add a solid of black. And we'll just do a bit of the transition, the fade to colour. Which if you've watched my other ones, this is something that I do use quite a bit. Create transition. Increase the midpoint, reduce the hold. I think for that hold bit, so let's increase that. Yeah, I think that's it. No, you can see my picture at the end, but that's going to be my thumbnail, so I'm going to do a separate video on that. Yeah, much better. Much better. Okay, everyone, so thank you for watching this tutorial. Really hope it has helped you in some way or you just enjoyed it. Watching me. If you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon to keep up to date with future videos. And also, you'll get to watch this video when it goes live sometime this weekend, and I am thinking Sunday. It's a relaxing day. It gives you tonight and Saturday to watch this video and maybe some of the other ones, to catch up, see how I've edited it, and then you can watch the final rendered video on Sunday, maybe UK time, like sometime in the afternoon or in the evening, I think. I know that's quite wide, but I'm just not sure yet. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please give me a like, comment below with anything you want, whether that's good or bad, any pointers, if you've learned from it, if you just enjoyed watching it, anything you wish. Please comment below, because I really like to sort of read comments and reply back to them as well. Right, I've been talking way too long, you're probably sick of me, so let's just end the video here. Thanks for watching, see you again soon. Bye.